What's good, family man? It is your boy Mom
and Sade, and we're back at it again with another video.
with
everybody's mom.
Today, y'all looking at the 6 most disturbing forest findings caught on camera. What's something disturbing that y'all ever caught, like while looking out a window or something, and y'all was like, oh my god?
I haven't.
I ain't gonna say
had that experience.
I ain't say it was disturbing, but I seen an owl, and it was like the most scariest thing in a tree.
One time I was like laying on the couch, and you know how like you can feel something looking at you, but you can't see where it's at. Mm-hmm. And I went to the window, and it was a whole man looking at me.
Oh no.
Yeah, okay. I pulled them curtains so fast, dropped down on the floor, and ran upstairs.
Did you call police?
He was, Mama did, but he was outside. I guess he was drunk. He was using the bathroom and stuff out
there. What
the world? We stay in the woods.
So, dude. What?
Well, we don't stay in the woods, but I still have to travel that way. No, we do have some
woods behind us.
Ooh, and it's some behind me now.
Yeah, you stay in the...
Yeah, you stay in the woods. We just got a wood area. Yeah.
So, man, we'll move on to the series now.
This first finding was made by hiker James Rankin in early October of 2016. James had been hiking in Berkeley-Jackson County Park when he came across an old campsite. But disturbingly, all around the campsite were multiple different missing person posters taped onto trees. The posters themselves were completely real, featuring real missing people across different U.S. states. Upon his discovery, James would quickly start recording.
Okay, we're deep in the woods. Sort of, we're like on the border, because like there's a side of the woods.
He really got somebody with him, because some people be saying weird, but they be talking about like them in the camera. So I hope he really got somebody with him.
He might be saying like we are deep in the woods, like people are watching, so we are going into the woods. You know what I'm saying?
I doubt. I think talking about him in the camera.
He might be.
I don't know.
Houses, but I came to a trail that led to a trail that led to a trail up the hill, but I saw what looked like a fire pit. And remember, we're still in the woods. We're still in the woods, right? I don't know what this is. Do you see the trees? The white. Okay. I was like, okay, these are probably no trespassing signs, or maybe it's something for the wildlife or something.
You don't never know about people.
Look what these are.
It's just a remembrance that they got him up. That they got him. Creepy.
What the is going on in here?
I don't see that.
This is Utah, Florida.
That's suspect, bro.
They're all different. They're all different. Every single one. This one's from Georgia. And look at it. Like, look where the we are.
No, something ain't right. That might just be where they little burial place where he putting them all at. And ain't nobody came across it yet. I don't know.
Something like this. We got this one. This obviously you can tell. These aren't new. Like, not just that this is 2012, Noblesville, Indiana, right? Look at the water damage.
It's the same type of stuff though, like on each tree. Like the same type of taping and everything.
I just,
I hope he ain't sleeping there for the night, because I'll be gone by my business.
That's weird, though, then, like, little area.
In the middle of the fire pit.
And look, and they got little stumps where it's like groups of people.
Mm-hmm.
James would ultimately report the finding to the police. Though, upon further investigation, police would write it off as someone's Halloween decorations.
No.
James, however, was not satisfied with this investigation. His discovery took place on October 3rd. And according to James, the posters themselves did not look like they were set up recently. Later that same year, James would return to the campsite, but this time be stopped by multiple no trespassing signs.
Okay, first of all, I am not violating any of these no trespassing signs. I'm simply not. I came here only to show you and get it on tape and leave. From here, we can see
some suspicious activity.
Yeah, it's definitely something out there that they don't want people to see.
Down there, that's the clearing. So, anyway, what they've done, they printed out their own no trespassing signs.
How you gonna do that and you stay?
I'm
I mean,
assuming
and it's a wooded area, like.
I don't know.
That's probably somebody.
That's kidnapping people.
Yeah, they probably just put them out there and
you think
go
about
live
it, they
a
got that
normal
little,
life.
they got that little mat thing out there like that. I mean, you know, like that cover.
Yeah.
They could be sexually abusing them or whatever and then doing something to them. You see what I'm saying? Oh, no.
These are all legally binding. I have no way of knowing, so I'm not taking any chances. You can see, they attached them to the trees with ordinary masking tape. These aren't even laminated. This is posted, private property, no trespassing. Violators will be prosecuted. And they've got one there.
They're probably watching them right now while they're doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. This is weird.
Because the police had already closed their investigation, this would pretty much mark the end of the whole situation.
Okay. That's some sorry police officers don't even want to go looking.
Back in 2013, a man named Phil Poling would upload this video to his YouTube channel. The video features Phil out late at night in his neighborhood, located in Mission, Oregon. Phil claimed to have heard strange noises echoing around outside his neighborhood only a few minutes prior, which is why he was outside in the first place. Once he reached a nearby forest that was only around 200 feet from his house, he would again hear the noises. And this is where he started recording.
January 21st, about 11 p.m. I'm a couple hundred feet from my house, and you hear it going off in the background.
It sounds like an animal again, like eating or something.
Kind of sounds weird.
It's like a dog.
Like a hyena.
Kind of sounds doggish, hyena-ish.
They probably found some food or something.
Do you really think I'm finna go out there and be trying to figure out? If it ain't in my house, I'm not gonna worry about what's on the outside of the house. As long as it ain't, I can get to my car. That's all I care about.
I mean, that almost sounds like laughter.
It do.
Probably hyenas.
Yeah, it sounds like it might be a hyena.
Because
it's like
they laugh and they're trying to lure you to them and then they'll attack you.
Man, you better go about your business before they come out in that pack and eat you up.
Ever since it started, it's probably only 200 feet, 300 feet from me right now.
The recording of noises continued for a while longer, until the sounds of gunshots can be heard echoing from the forest.
Oh no. When I tell you jump that fence and go.
I think that was a gunshot.
Probably killed the hyena.
Yeah.
Hopefully it wasn't a person.
He probably just weirded out because he's never heard it
Yeah.
before.
No.
No.
Multiple people in the community itself had claimed to have been hearing similar noises for the last 2 months or so leading up to the recording. But just what exactly was making the noises is still unclear.
You don't go out there at night, you go out there in the daytime. You go with a
This
crew.
video features the GoPro footage of 2 dirt bikers riding on a remote path in the forest. Throughout the video, the bikers can be seen going at extreme speeds. But doing this would quickly prove to become almost deadly. As the bikers continued on the path, they were unexpectedly met with a steel cable strung across 2 trees at perfect neck level for oncoming bikers. At a fast enough speed, this trap could no doubt take the lives of anyone riding through it.
They would have decapitated them.
Who would have did?
Somebody who doing it. I don't know.
Bro, people are
People
weird.
say booby traps in the woods all the time. That's why they tell you be like super careful if you're going out to the woods.
That's why
like
I don't do
look around
camping.
and all that.
It's not for me. We don't
Didn't
camp
see
in
it.
our backyard.
Fortunately, however, the biker in the front did see it and was able to react quick enough to avoid it.
Ooh.
He got. He just laying there like.
Heck yeah.
Nah, somebody weird.
Somebody watching them too.
Either that or they were doing it like, you know, so they don't go past like their property or something. But I don't know.
Nah.
You're supposed to have a sign in the rope, supposed to be way thicker than that.
And it was like, it was Nick level.
Yeah.
The bikers would actually debate whether or not to stay and wait for the person who set up the trap to come back.
No, don't
But
stay
they would end up
away.
deciding against this.
Yeah.
It's still unknown who's responsible.
They're getting wicked, man.
Mark Andre was a man who devoted his career to exploring the vast woods of Northern California. He worked as his town's environmental service director, so it was quite literally his job to spend time in the woods.
What is wrong
In
with
February of 2018, he had been tasked with marking trees, and while he was doing so deep in the woods, he would come across some makeshift cabin, which, considering the extreme remoteness of the area he was in, made the discovery highly abnormal. Mark would of course get a closer look at the structure. The thing was only around 8 by 12 feet wide and 15 feet tall. There was a lock on the shack's only entrance, and from the outside there was no real evidence anyone was there. Still, disturbed by the finding, Mark would head back to get professional assistance. The next few days would consist of multiple attempts to contact the owner of the shack, but all of them ultimately failing. So, finally, upon revisiting the structure, the men would break open the lock to the front door. They would find a space that was clearly being lived in, or at the very least had been lived in recently. The shack had its own furniture, a pot-bellied stove, a small library, and even a typewriter. Jars and cans of food filled the shelves. However, in spite of all this,
Maybe it
the
was
search
a
resulted
writer.
in no...
You said it right.
You know how some people like they write books or you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. They find like little places to go to where they can, you know, section themselves off and do stuff like that.
for their identification of the actual owner.
It's crazy.
Because the shack was illegally constructed, the men ultimately had no other choice but to leave an eviction notice on the front door before leaving. A few days later, the authorities returned to see out the contract, but there was nothing there. The makeshift cabin was completely gone. Whoever the owner was had deconstructed it, with literally the only thing left behind being an international squatter symbol made from charcoal. Many theorized the owner was wanted by authorities, and was therefore living completely alone in the forest, evading any contact with other people. But whether or not this is even close to...
How do you break down the shit? How you break that down in 3 days?
That's when
they
I'm-
came back in 3 days.
It must have had a truck.
There's no way you can break that down in 3 days.
That's a lot of.
It's a handy
So
mandy.
it had
And
to
then he
be
had steel
more than one person.
steel roofing on it.
Bro, what the world?
True is still up for debate.
What?
To this day, the real owner of the shack is still unidentified.
That was a perfect time to find him. It could have been somebody, a real killer on the loose.
Okay.
They be doing
This video was captured on an early morning in the middle of December. It takes place in Canada and features some disturbing noise echoing throughout the forest.
Why they look like a
It's
little
not clear what the
Right
noise
down
is.
there at the bottom.
right here.
Yeah.
Many frequent hunters would report to have never heard anything even remotely similar.
Scary shit.
Sound like some wolves. That's what it sound like.
I
to
can't
me.
live in an area like that because you gotta know your animal sounds. You gotta be aware of like what animals sound like what.
It sound like a wolf.
It sounds like I don't need to be there. Ooh.
I don't know. Sound like a pack of wolves.
One comment suggested the noise could have been a wolf that was either trapped or left behind by its pack. It's also possible it was another animal, such as an elk or possibly a bull moose. Although none of these theories have been confirmed.
Don't worry about it. They're in your yard. Don't worry about it.
YouTube user Rainey Schuler would upload this video to YouTube in 2013. The video's footage is from multiple security cameras Rainey would set up around his house, which was in an isolated area of the Rocky Mountains. The whole idea behind the cameras was to capture the footage of the different wildlife around his property to then upload to YouTube. But on September 13, the cameras around his house would catch something completely out of the ordinary.
Yeah, I saw.
You can see as a woman walks out from the complete darkness of the woods.
Somebody's gonna get that by the bear.
might just be seeing stuff, but I see something floating in this video.
Yeah, I do too.
It done went that way, and that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about the woman. It's something floating, but it might just be like something flying by. I don't know.
Some dust or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's something floating.
This.
Yeah, and then it go down,
yeah,
and then come back up. Yeah.
I'm trying to watch that and her at the same time.
What is she doing?
Why she even out there?
Bro, they people are weird. It's just crazy.
Oh, not my house you on?
I ain't giving you that. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just.
Okay.
What I mean, like, what is she doing, bro? Like, is she drunk?
Probably.
Some believe the woman was lost, or that her car had broken down nearby. But that doesn't explain her general careless mannerism as she aimlessly walks around the property.
Yeah, because she should have knocked
And
on the
a
door.
while
or
later,
something.
the woman could be seen walking right back into the forest. After that night, the house owner would never see this woman again.
I'm glad. Yes, you wouldn't be by my house. So guess what?
I don't know about that.
No trespassing sign, and then you gonna catch one if you on my property.
Wait, man. Y'all let us know what would y'all do in these situations. We've already seen some stuff like this. But other than that, man, y'all already know what to do, man. Please.
Like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, subscribe to all three channels.
Follow me and Shawty both on Instagram, and follow my mom on TikTok. Follow me and Shawty both on TikTok. Other than that, man, we got here.